Would you like to know a secret? Would you like to know the secret to your unhappiness? The entire unhappiness? Well, the secret to unhappiness is expectations. So say no to expectations, especially unrealistic ones. I am Georgiana, holistic coach at Holistic Life Hub. When we have expectations, the source of them is coming from our ego. It's the ego who creates expectations in our life. So every time we notice that there are some expectations in us, we need to step back, become aware of it, and say no to them. Because expectations are creating an illusion. So instead of us enjoying life and flowing with life and being aligned with life, the ego in us is creating all kind of phantasmagoric illusions about the future, about other people, about situations, and so on. And when life comes and proves us wrong, we will suffer, we will be disappointed, we will be sad, we will be angry, we will be unhappy. And it's not very good. So instead, holistic system comes with a very wise solution. The solution is that instead of expectations, we can have preferences. So for example, right now, I would prefer to have 5,000 people watching me. But the reality, it's a little bit different. Should I be unhappy? Definitely not. So, because instead of having this attitude which creates tensions, inner conflicts and suffering, emotional suffering, when I have expectations, instead I prefer. So, when it happens what I prefer, it's very good, I feel good. When it doesn't happen what I prefer, is as good, I'm as happy. So this is a super good strategy actually to make sure that we eliminate emotional suffering from our life and unhappiness just by paying attention that we don't create expectations. Because expectations also take away, if you just think a bit about it, they take away our inner freedom. The ego creates a very rigid mental image of how the ego would like to, how the ego wants actually that a certain situation or the interaction with a certain person or a certain activity or a certain phenomenon should unfold. And when life has its plans and shows us that no, unfortunately, it will not be as your ego wants, it will be as it is harmoniously integrated to be. The ego will suffer. Our soul can never suffer. So we can make this shift from the ego to the soul and let go of expectations, especially unrealistic ones which are making us suffering, and instead work with our preferences. And in the 3 weeks program, online course, From the Ego to the Soul, I describe very well how we can work with our unhealthy, unbalanced emotional patterns and instead build up very healthy emotional patterns and habits which help us grow as human beings, but also which help us live a happy life. Because we are here to be happy, we are not here to suffer. We suffer just because there are some life lessons we refuse to learn. When we are aware, when we are aligned, when we are in touch with our soul, when we allow our soul to lead our life instead of the ego, then we flow with life. We are integrated in the macrocosmic harmony. We are one with the universe, and our intuition and our inner harmony and inner peace is leading us, is guiding us. So therefore we live our daily life happily. But when we allow the ego to run the show, We all know how it feels. We all know what it creates. It creates suffering, disappointment, stress, tension, anxiety, and so on. I will not make a long list about it because it's not the purpose of it. So we can actually every single day pay attention to what happens inside of our consciousness. And when we notice that the ego comes with expectations, and especially unrealistic ones, stop, say no, and instead take a firm position in which you can even have a little bit of a conversation with your ego. You say, no, I prefer that, for example, this situation would be like that, but I don't expect it to become as you want. So I allow myself to be free, and I allow life to be free. And actually life doesn't need our allowance, so to say. It doesn't care about us allowing it or not. Life just flows. So we can ride the wave and feel happy and be integrated and aligned and follow this harmony, which creates very good effects in us, or not. We can just swim against the current, which will drain us of our energies, will make us tired, and it will create definitely anything else but happiness. This is another short episode with simple, easy means to create more happiness in our daily life, because we deserve it. We are here to be happy and to be healthy. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me. I will see you tomorrow with another short episode with easy means to create more happiness in our daily life. Have a wonderful day.